morning, football fans, and welcome to 3 and Out, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves, my goodness, that's a way to open the show, right? Well, we have ourselves, going to show you how jazzed up I am for today's show, right? We have ourselves a good one today, as always, as we are talking tons of NFL football. My goodness, what a week this was. Start things off with the Eagles absolutely just dominating. I mean, the score doesn't look like it, but the game was much worse. The Eagles, 8-0 for their first time in franchise history. That is incredible. Then, of course, on to Sunday, Raiders take a loss to the Jaguars. This is their third This is their third 17-point lead they have lost this year. Yeah, that's my Raiders. Anyway, next up, Chargers win a close one in Atlanta. My goodness, did that make their fans sweat, but it was a close one. Dolphins over the Bears, but yeah, I think Adam Karnick of IE Sports Radio, our Bears guy, our Chicago guy, is right. I think they found their guy. He is here for Chicago. Bengals just obliterate the Panthers. Once again, another game that was worse than the score. The Lions, can we get a hand clap? The Lions defeat the Green Bay Packers. I mean, my goodness, what are we getting? Snow in Southern California this week? I mean, that's incredible, right? Anyway, moving on over, Patriots dominate the Colts. Frank Reich is out, and what? Jeff Saturday is in? Oh, that's going to be something great there. Jets knock off the Bills in what was an instant classic. Vikings over the Commanders. Seahawks over the Cardinals. Buccaneers win one in the wee moments of the game. Chiefs eke out a tough one in overtime over the Titans. And last night, the Ravens absolutely dominate the Saints. Once again, the game was much worse than the score. Oh, it's going to be some fun, y'all. You are now tuned in live to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Welcome, all you die-hard football fans. You are now tuned in live, once again, to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Oh my goodness, yeah, sorry, I went over again at the gym. My apologies, guys. So yeah, it'll be a short show today again, 50 minutes to be exact. Commercial-free, though, and, we're going to jump right into our content for today. So, as always, big shout out and thank you to all of our Patreons, Bay Area Apparel, Anonymous, Mr. Marcus Alos, great, and of course, Mrs. Pearsons. Thank you so much for showing us some love and just being a part of us every week. We really appreciate you all. As I always say, all glory to God. That's right. Big ups to the man upstairs, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for without him nothing is possible. And of course, big ups to all you listeners out there, for without you guys, IE Sports Radio is not possible. Thank you for tuning in every week and showing us some love. We had a great day yesterday, even though it was just one show. Mr. Adam Karnick holding it down on Chi-Town Weekly. On Sunday, we had some great stuff as well. Fast break and let's whine about sports. Today we have a lot on the docket. Man, our boy Mr. Terry Rodriguez will return from his cruise. Much deserved, good sir, much deserved. He'll be jumping on today. We have 5 shows back to back today. Set point, 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern, and then it just goes from there. Set point up first, the Buffalo Huddle, Philly Sports Talk, the Neutral Zone, and Sin City Sports. That sounds like a great evening to me, man. Tons of great sports, tons of great action, and all just a bunch of thoughts and opinions from true diehard fans here at IE Sports Radio. As always, none of our thoughts here are directly the thoughts of, or are the thoughts of IE Sports Radio. All of our thoughts and comments and concerns and all that good stuff there. Just putting that little disclaimer out there. Anything I may say here, not the direct thoughts or not the thoughts of IE Sports Radio. So, yeah. With that said, you guys, let's go ahead and roll on into this week because it was a good one, you guys. All right, so starting things off, man, it was just a massacre on last Thursday. Philadelphia is incredible. Everyone seems to forget that Jalen Hurts is a powerlifter. I mean, this dude's a freaking beast, man. Incredible job he does. And you know what? This whole team just plays so freaking well. He has this team ready to rock and roll. I mean, seriously, the hype he has for this team, just the immense amount of excitement and passion that this team plays with is insane. And there is no other way to say it. The Eagles are just dominating. Fly, Eagles, fly. They've had a hard week, y'all. They really have. On Saturday, I mean, Philadelphia was booming, you guys, and they have nothing to hang their heads on. My gosh, they've done better than a lot of sports towns have in a long time, you guys. The last time all teams were pretty much really solid was a couple of years ago in Boston, where everybody, I think, except for the Revs, but they were actually not that bad. Maybe they were, I don't know. But a couple of years ago, there was a chance where all four teams actually could have won all four, four of the major sports. My gosh, 4 of the 5, like I said, the Revs with soccer. But that wasn't to be. Now here we are in Philadelphia. My gosh, man. Tough go on Saturday. Double whammy. First, the LAFC will defeat the Philadelphia Phillies, man. Tough go for those guys. But yeah, the Houston Astros will win sorry. Wow, I'm mixing sports, guys. My goodness. First of all, LAFC will defeat the Philadelphia Union. And then right after that, man, later on that night, the Houston Astros defeat the Philadelphia Phillies. I mean, that was a rough go for those guys. And, man, just a tough day for Philadelphia on Saturday. So they had 2 major sports going. The Flyers, I mean, hey, they just had to improve a little bit, I think. But, man, how about that? And the Sixers, they're not playing too bad. Philadelphia is undefeated. I mean, yeah, Philadelphia was really booming. But as of right now, no matter what's going on in the rest of the sports, football's got their back, man, because the Eagles got their back. They are balling, and they're doing very, very good right now. I'll tell you, the Eagles look solid. The Eagles look like a team that want to play football, and they're doing their thing. So 8-0 on the season. How about that, man? Jalen Hurts, 21 for 27, 243 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, my gosh. This is a good team. Goddard, I don't want to pronounce his name, I just did, but 8 receptions for 100 yards, 1 touchdown. They look good. Even Miles Sanders, man, he almost eclipsed the century mark. 17 carries, 93 yards, 1 touchdown. They look so good on Thursday night. I know it was only 29-17, but oh my gosh, they look solid. 8-0 once again for the first time in franchise history. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles, as the Texans will fall to 1-6-1. All right, now moving on to Sunday. It was just more disappointment for Raider fans. I know I'm starting it off with the Raiders. This is on top. Usually ESPN does that when it's your team. They throw them on top when you have a little, alerts and everything. But I have the alerts for all games every single Sunday. Regardless, this one just ended up on top, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, the Raiders, you guys, I am so sick of this team. I love them, and I'll never leave them, but they just piss me off. Oh, my gosh. I mean, 17-0 with 10:51 to go in the second quarter. And that's the last time the Raiders would even look decent in this freaking game. We get one more field goal, okay? We get one more score, a field goal from Daniel Carlson, 38 yards with 45 seconds left in the first half. We are completely shut out in the second half. Absolutely disgusting. But for the Jaguars, though, incredible. I mean, what a job. They rallied the troops. They played well. Trevor Lawrence looked good. This team is amazing. They have a lot of talent. They sure look like it on the field, but you know what? When they have moments like this, you can see the Jags are coming, and I'm not even mad at them. Good for them. If the Raiders don't want to play football, then freaking don't play, y'all. Just forfeit the rest of the season, my gosh. But at least give somebody a fight. The Jaguars, that was a little too easy for them, but hey, they'll take it, right? So congratulations, Duval. They earned that nice big victory right there. Going 3-6 on the season. Raiders will drop to 2-6 with a very talented roster. Sickening. Sorry. Anyway, with that said, let's move on here to next up, Chargers over the Falcons. My gosh, what a season for the Chargers. I did not see them. I had them at like 8-0, 7-1 at this point. I really did. I did not. I mean, they're at the halfway point. I mean, my gosh, you want to go back a little bit. I had the Eagles pretty damn good, but not undefeated. I had the Texans kind of where they are at the moment. Maybe not this bad, but the Raiders, I had them like freaking 6-2 right now. Yeah, so much for that, right? Jaguars, I had them kind of maybe where they are, maybe not as good. For the Chargers, man, I had them way up there. That was my Super Bowl pick, you guys, for the AFC as a Raider fan, okay? But yeah, well, I guess they had other plans. But they're now 5-3. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're still solid. They're still a good team. I do not think they are a Super Bowl favorite no more. I am all over the Bills right now. I think that they're going to make it in the AFC. I had it flip-flopped in the preseason, but yeah, with the Chargers just laying eggs all over the place like a hen, and the Bills just looking good. I know the Bills lost this week, and we'll get to that one, but who cares, man? They're still a solid freaking team, and I think they're going to do lots of great things. They're a scary good team. They really are, but anyway, the Chargers will win this one 20-17. They almost freaking lost this game. It came down to a Cameron Dicker 37-yard field goal as time expired to win this freaking game. Yeah, Chargers, it's the Falcons. And no, I'm not dissing the Falcons. It's just, they weren't supposed to be this good this year. And, well, the Chargers, I think, are a much better football team. And I don't care if they're playing in Atlanta or in Germany, like we have a game this week, or on the freaking moon. The Chargers are a better team, so just knowing that they almost lost to the Falcons just gives me more of the reason to just run further away from the Chargers from making the Super Bowl this year. Anyway, but the Falcons, they didn't look too bad. Mariota, I mean, they looked all right. Herbert did a pretty decent job. He threw a pick, though, and he threw one touchdown, I guess. 245 yards on 30 for 43. I mean, overall, not a horrible game. Palmer looked pretty good, though. 8 receptions, 106 yards. Receiving, Chargers look all right. So, we have here 20-17. Once again, on the road, Chargers win this one, and they jump to 5-3, as the Falcons will fall to 4-5. The Bears! Okay, why did I not start this off with the Falcons? Because there's reason to be excited, man. The Bears, you know what? Yeah, they're 3-6. They haven't had a guy behind center like in a very long time that looked this good. It's kind of sad, right? I mean, I get it. Bears fans are all about their defense. Adam calls me a closet Bears fan because I'm all about the defense too. I love it. I love that Chicago way version of football. There's lots and lots and lots of defense. It's amazing. But it just makes me mad to think that, maybe they might want to get a quarterback every now and then. I'm just kidding. I know they've tried. But I'll tell you what, this team has looked pretty good. Even though they're 3-6, I'm just saying, guys, they look like a football team. It's kind of crazy. Now, letting go of Raquan Smith, I don't like very much. I really don't. I get it. Maybe a huge part of the reason was because they let him go. They picked up Claypool now. But I don't know. I mean, I just kind of feel like the Bears, Adam Karnick has every reason to be excited here on Chi-Town Weekly because, he looks great. He's been leading in rushing and in passing. Duh, he leads in passing, but in rushing too. The guy is crazy, man. He almost got 200 yards on the ground. That's crazy. He got more yards on the ground than he did through the air. I mean, my gosh. If there is any team in the NFL besides the Green Bay Packers that has a right to play. Well, I mean, again, maybe not a right, but you get what I'm saying. If anyone wants to play that old school football because they've been around like over 100 years, it's the gosh dang Chicago Bears. And yeah, this is old school football, man. This the guy behind center does it all. He's running around and throwing the ball and this, that. Yeah, the pocket passer deal, they're going back in time. I like this. They might as well get some flankers out there and getting the old king and queen formations with 3 fullbacks and 2 halfbacks and yeah, full house, type of deal. And I like it. Dang it, I like it, man. The Fields is everywhere. 178 yards on the ground, 115 carries, 1 touchdown. My gosh, you gotta love it, right? So he went 17 for 28, 123 yards and 3 touchdowns. You know what? He looked good. But okay, that's enough about the team who actually lost, because they lost this game, man. The Dolphins, how about this? 6-3 on the season. They won 35-32. So they jumped to 6-3 on the season. The Bears will fall to 3-6. Tua Tagovailoa, we were so concerned a few weeks ago. We were just wondering what's going on, concussion, what was going to happen. I mean, it's all these scary things. By the grace of God, he's okay. He looks okay. He's playing really, really well. 21 for 30, 302 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, yeah, man. And hey, they're loving Tyreek Hill over there. I have 7 receptions for 143 yards, 1 touchdown. Oh yeah, the Dolphins are looking pretty freaking good. All right, they're looking good, and I am loving what I'm seeing out of Miami right now. They are a solid team. So the guys, they're a very big football town. I mean, they love their Miami Hurricanes. Since I've been doing College Edition, 3 and Out College Edition with Taryn, I know we took a week off last week, but my gosh, guys, I mean, they have some really good high school football in Miami and South Florida. I mean, guys, they love their football in Florida, all right? And, well, there you go, especially in South Florida. These Miami Dolphins right now are making their fans happy. So, good stuff there. I didn't have the Dolphins as good, actually, to start the season. I really didn't. I thought they'd be somewhere in the middle of the pack, not near the top. And as for the Bears, I did have them low, but I don't know. I guess maybe I called them right. I had them low, but looking better, I guess, as the season went on, or with hope. I don't know. But I do feel I'm not going to be the I called it guy. But I don't know. The Bears are kind of where they should be right now, and they're just going to get better. All right, the Bengals. The Bengals and the Rams have have put it in reverse. There's no other way to say it. Since the Super Bowl, they just both looked like teams that didn't play there last year. I'm just kidding. No, they actually do look like Super Bowl teams because, well, they both got Super Bowl hangovers. I mean, even though, one lost, one won, but they both look like they won and fell apart. The Bengals just don't have it right now. I just don't see it. They're just like the Rams. They don't have it. The Bengals won this game, okay? 42-21. The Panthers have won a couple impressive games, literally just a couple, 2 games on the season. I think only one of them was really impressive, but 2-7 on the season, they fall. Okay, the Panthers are good in their own right, but they just gotta get better. That's just really it. They just gotta gel, and there's really nothing there to be excited for at the moment. Panthers, my apologies, but Cincinnati, I mean, yeah, I guess this is a good win. Any win's a good win, right? But they're 5-4 on the season. I had this team a lot better at this point. Oh my gosh, Larry B, it's half season. We got a whole half a season to go. Yes, anybody can turn it around, including these Bengals who are really, really, really good. But right now, they don't look good at all. Burrow, he looked all right. 22 for 28, 260 yards, 1 touchdown. Mixon for 22 carries, 153 yards, 4 touchdowns. Yeah, he kind of carried them. Realistically, right now, this Bengals team looks like a middle-of-the-road team. They look like they're just all right. They may or may not make the wild card, and they may or may not lose in the wild card. I don't know. I just don't see it. This team just kind of looks like they've fallen off. Yeah, it's one of those things. What do you do? But we'll see what it looks like in the second half of the season. Anyway. Once again, Bengals defeat the Panthers 42-21. Bengals jump out to 5-4 as the Panthers will fall to 2-7. All right, so next up, this game needs a parade. I'm just kidding. But ladies and gentlemen, the Detroit Lions, who just historically have been whipped by the Green Bay Packers, will finally beat the freaking Packers. I mean, my gosh, like I said, this deserves a parade. I mean, come on, guys. Look, the Packers and Lions, they go back quite some time, okay, to the 30s precisely. I believe the 1930s. And it's just kind of crazy to see that this team is just, or the Lions, once again, they're a team on paper who looked really good. My gosh, I had them in the basement, but I had them like a really good basement. I really did. I thought they were going to do really good. I had them maybe even beating the Commanders out. But it's just, on the field they can't play. But on paper, they can play. All right? All right? I mean, yeah. But it's just kind of crazy. I just didn't really think that this team, I just didn't think it. I didn't think this team had it in them this year to beat these Packers. Then again, I didn't think the Packers had it in them to fall apart like they have. I mean, I get it. Aaron Rodgers this, Aaron Rodgers that. Guys, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. The Packers are just falling apart. And this is the second win over Green Bay, man. This is the second win. The Lions won this thing. They won another game last week. It was week 17. Yeah, courtesy of footballdb.com, football database, or the football database. Yeah, look at this. On 109... 2022, earlier this year, had to have been week 17 or 18, one of those two. Detroit beat the Packers. I forgot all about that one, but I'm going to remember this one. 2 times in a row. The last time this happened where the Detroit Lions defeated the Packers, of course, 2018. But it's just crazy to think, against this 2 times in a row. And kind of crazy. I mean, I know it sounds crazy because, look, in 2017, they did it all the way to 18. They actually had a 4-game winning streak over the Packers. And it was kind of crazy to think. That the Packers would fall 4 times in a row, but they did. So let's not get too excited. But it's just, at the end of the day, guys, the Lions, once again, the Packers are this team, and I get it. I mean, that was probably when Aaron Rodgers was hurt. I don't know. But look, the Lions are this team that just, it's like every single win is the toughest thing in the world to get. It's like every time they get a victory, it's literally like they climbed Everest. I mean, it's incredible how hard these guys have to fight to win. So, I mean, realistically, you got to know, and I'm on the realistically trait, apparently. I keep on saying that word, my apologies. But overall, I really do feel like right now, the Packers are just spiraling out of control, man. There is just nothing more to say. I don't know. I mean, people are calling for Rodgers to hang it up. I don't know. All I know is he's a freaking great quarterback, one of the best of this era, and call for him to hang it up all you want to. The man has done some incredible things, and hey, we all got to hang it up one day, right? I mean, this is what it is. Mr. Tom Brady, at 45 years old, just had a great game. He's had a tough year, too. It happens, guys. We're human beings. It happens. But when you think about it, though, the Lions, I didn't think they had the capacity to win this game. I really didn't. But then again, I guess didn't take into consideration that the Packers have been falling apart, and, well, there you go. 15-9, the Lions will knock off the Packers. Lions will jump to 2-6 in the season, and the Packers will fall to 3-6. My goodness. I mean, hey, how about golf? 14 for 26, 137 yards, 2 touchdowns. He threw a pick, but hey, whatever. You know what? They won. And right now, they feel pretty good. So anyway, the Patriots will do it again. Bill is the man. He just keeps winning, and his team keeps on winning, even though they're 5-4. Everyone's just ignoring that right now because they're doing good. We got Bill breaking into history. Look, right now, the Patriots look pretty solid. They're 5-4. Okay, they're 5-4. Whatever. It's still Bill. They're still the Patriots, and they're still finding they're still like at the end of the Brady era, guys. They're still trying to find their guy. Finding another Brady is really hard. Finding another guy that's actually a solid starter is good. They got a couple guys there that can play. Let's see what they do. All right, let's see what they do, and let's see how they do it. All right, so 26-3, the Patriots earn this victory. And, well, they looked all right. They did. They looked all right. Jones, 20 for 30 and 147 yards, 1 touchdown. And, yeah, I mean, right now, this team is, just, they're weird. They're a weird football team. They win solid games. They lose games that maybe they shouldn't have lost, but let's not forget they're, they're still, I don't know, they're a team that's good, but they're not like the greatest. I don't know. But what I do know is that this team is, I don't know, they have lots of weapons that they just kind of got to ignite, and I think they're doing that right now. So, cool. They win that game at home, 26-3. And you know what happens next? Do you know what happens next? The Colts fire Frank Reich. Okay. Frank Reich, 3-5-1. You know what? It's the NFL. It's the NFL, guys. That's what this is. No craziness, no talking crap. It's the NFL. It's a business, guys. And if you don't perform, it's like any other job. If you don't perform for your job, you may not have that job no more. It's just that's just the way it goes. And some people might defend Frank and say he did really, really well, or he was doing the best he could with what he had. Others will say no, fire him. I mean, it is what it is. But I will tell you this: what I like the most right now about this is what their CEO, the chairman, I forgot his name, but this guy from the Colts straight up said that he wanted to hire Jeff Saturday because he didn't have the experience. I love that. He doesn't have any experience. He said he's glad he doesn't have any experience. He wants to, I love when Saturday got on the podium and was talking about, hey, I get to lead men into battle. It's football. How can you turn that down or something like that? And I love it. I love his passion. Saturday was a freaking monster, man. He was Peyton Manning's center. Amazing center. Dominant. Absolutely dominant center. And he played very well. He played very well in his day. They won a ring. I mean, they looked good, man. This Colts football team back then was very, very, very good. And Saturday was a big cornerstone on that offensive line. So, of course, why not go with a guy who is embedded in the franchise? You know what I mean? Like, why not? Like, I like this. I like the move, whatever. What's the worst that can happen? What, they lose more games under a guy who has, quote-unquote, no experience? Cool, let him learn. Let him do his thing. Let him flourish in the system that he flourished in as a player. It is what it is. Sometimes players aren't the best coaches, whatever. But guess what? Maybe, or the great players, that is, aren't the best coaches, whatever. Let's find out. If Reich wasn't getting it done, then maybe Saturday will. We'll see how it goes, and we'll find out. So, all the best to Jeff Saturday for getting that job, and hopefully all goes well. So, with that said, let's roll on now into this next game, because it was a doozy. The Jets, I mean, my gosh, can we get a hand clap? The gosh dang Jets, man. Go figure. One of the surprise teams of the season is the Jets. Going back real fast. To the teams, I had the Lions in the basement, but good. The Packers, I had them dominating. I was wrong. I had the Colts kind of in the middle, where they should be like second place ish, and better than they are now. And I had the Patriots, somewhere near the top, but I guess maybe a little bit better than they are now, but whatever. Okay, now a team that I didn't have doing anything good really at all was the Jets, and I look like an idiot because the Jets are 6-3, and yeah, they're one game. I mean, really, I guess you can call them a half game back. Or I don't know how they determine that, but they're a bye week away, really. I mean, the Jets are 6-3. The Buffalo Bills are now 6-2. This team is good, man. There's no way around it. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, oh, well, the Jets are just getting lucky. No, man, they proved it. Good. We talked crap long enough. This team looks good. I can't sit here and, I am wrong, okay? I am wrong. I admit it. I am wrong for saying the Jets wouldn't do that good this season, because you know what? They're doing great, and it's wonderful to see it. Wilson, how about this guy, man? Zach Wilson, 18 for 25, 154 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, they had Wilson, the other Wilson, the receiver, Mr. Garrett Wilson, 8 receptions, 92 yards. He was almost to the century mark, all right? And how about Carter, 2 on the ground? Mr. Michael Carter, 12 carries for 76 yards, 1 touchdown. That's hard to do with only 12 carries, man. They look good. They played very, very, very well. The Bills just didn't. I don't know. They actually know that. I'm not going to make excuses. The Bills actually looked pretty good, too. It just came down to the ending. And if they want to call out PI with Sauce Gardner, I forgot who the receiver was, number 15 for the Bills. I forgot, but I will tell you this: I for sure cannot tell you, oh, it was a PI at the end. Man, that was no freaking PI. If it was a PI on Sauce Gardner, then it was a PI on Jake Camaro. Then I guess it was a PI on him too, because look, they both pushed off of each other, whatever. Look, at the end of the day, the Jets won the game, and the Jets battled. And if the Bills really didn't want to be in the situation, then they should have won the game earlier in the game. I'm just saying, the Jets are good. The Jets are coming to play. The Giants are good. The Giants are coming to play. I love it. Two teams from New York that share a stadium that nobody really believed in except for maybe a few others and their diehard fans. Yeah, everybody wrote them off, and look at them. So I love it, including me. I wrote both of them off. I am wrong. I will say it here on the show. I was wrong, and congratulations to Jets, and the Giants are just doing their thing. So anyway, so that's how it looks right now. The Jets won this one 20-17. My gosh, what a game. 6-3 on the season. The Bills will drop to 6-2. All right, the Vikings and Commanders. What the heck? The Commanders look a little bit better than I thought they would. Man, no, not really. I thought they would have been about right here. And by the way, I have the Bills like dominating this year, like how they've been. I think they're right where they should be. The Jets, I did not think they would be where they are. Now, for a team who I didn't think they would be where they are now, I guess that goes along with the Jets and with the Giants, is the Vikings. What? How did that happen? Are you serious? They're 7-1. I've been ripping on this team for years since their amazing defense in like 16 and 17 just kept on dwindling every year. That defense looks strong again. They look strong again. The whole team looks good, man. They won 20-17 on the road versus the Commanders. The Commanders are weird. They have their games, then they have these other games where they look like they can compete, and then they have the games where they just fall apart. I don't know, it's weird. But the Vikings won a great game here. Cousins, 22 for 40, 265 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 INT, but it is what it is. Justin Jefferson, man, this guy is as advertised. 7 receptions, 115 yards, 1 touchdown. Oh, my, they look good. 7-1 on the year, as the Commanders will fall to 4-5. All right, Seahawks will defeat the Cardinals. This was a weird game because I just kind of wanted to see the Cardinals actually win this thing. They were at home. They looked like they could have possibly won this thing at a couple points during this game, but they just didn't want it as bad. Let's be real. They just didn't want it as bad. The same thing with the Bills. They didn't want it as bad. That's just how it goes. The Bills just had the Jets had their heart set on that victory, and that's what happened. They wanted it more. Same thing with Seattle. I think both teams are pretty even. Seattle just wanted it more. I mean, you look at these numbers too. Geno Smith is trying to prove the world wrong, man. Speaking of the Jets, where he started, I think it's where he started. Guys, the Seahawks want this, man. This is a team that got written off. Oh, Russell Wilson's gone. Oh, Pete Carroll this, Pete Carroll that. Oh, Geno Smith isn't a quarterback. I mean, all this crap, right? Look at this, man. They're balling. They got Noah Fant now. This guy is really doing well. He went 5 receptions for 96 yards. Okay. Look at, man, Walker. How about Walker, man? Kenneth Walker. 26 carries, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. Geno Smith, 26 for 34, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns. 1 interception. You know what, man? This is good. This is good football, and they got it done. 31-21 over the Cardinals. Cardinals dropped to 3-6, and the Seahawks will jump to 6-3. I'll take that to the bank and cash it. Do your thing, Seattle. Do your thing. All right. The Buccaneers looked pretty weird this week. The Rams are a 3-5 football team. And you know what's crazy about that 3-5 football team? They look like a 3-5 football team. There's no excuses. The Rams they just fell off. They fell off. But you know what? You got a Super Bowl. So enjoy it. it's not every day you can win a Super Bowl. They were in one a couple of years ago. They won one last year. I'm a Raider fan, man. We wouldn't even know what a Super Bowl looks like. In the last time we did, well, I mean, we got 3 of them, all right? I wasn't alive when we won all 3 of those. And the last one we were at, we got obliterated when I was in middle school. Okay, so I'm just saying, we don't even know what the AFC Championship has looked like for over 2 decades. Okay, or for around 2 decades. Rams, be happy, man. Y'all have had some time at the top. I don't want to say you can get better any given time. Any team can get better any given time. Look at the Jets and the Giants and all these teams. Look at this. Look at that. Detroit's looking a little bit better. Seattle's looking pretty good. I'm just saying, guys. Look, we all have our time, right, to go to the top and maybe drop and be in the middle or whatever. And the Rams just kind of have fallen to the middle. It's not a thing to look at and go, oh, well, we suck. No, man. You guys, the Rams, well, they played, man. They played well. They've been playing well. It's just, how well can they continue to play in circumstances like this? And I'm not saying they played well this season. I'm just saying they played well in the last couple of years. But right now, well, they can't do much. They're 3-5. Tom Brady marks his troops down the field, man. What a way. He marks that offense down the field. Basically, a walk-off touchdown, man. Brady hits Cade Otton. I hope that's how you pronounce his name. Otton. 1 touchdown, 1 yard touchdown pass into the end zone. Ryan Suckup nails the extra point, and 16-13 later, you gotta love Tom Brady's podium when he goes up there and says, his first words, that was awesome. That was effing awesome. I mean, you gotta love it. Tom Brady still has a passion. He's 45. He looked 45 a lot this season. But you know what? He's the most winning quarterback ever. Greatest quarterback of all time, in my opinion, and, well, they look all right. You know what I mean? The Bucs, they don't look good. They don't. I don't. They're a 4-5 football team. They don't look good. They look okay, and that's I think that's exactly where they are now. They're okay. The Rams, they're a little bit less than okay. Both of these teams that were superpowers in the last couple of years just look okay at the moment. And you know what? Let's see what they can do. We got a half season to go. Let's see what they can do. Anyway, once again, Tampa Bay defeats Los Angeles Rams 16-13 at home. Bucs jump to 4-5. Rams will drop to 3-5. Tom Brady, man, looked pretty all right. 36 for 58. I mean, it's not the greatest percentage, but 280 yards, 1 touchdown. Hey, it got him done. Yeah, so, anyway, cool. Alright, so, next game here, of course, Sunday Night Football. This was a game, wasn't it? Oh, this was a good one. Long, gigantic story short, the Titans bullied the Chiefs for a while at the half. Titans led 14-9. I mean, you can't call that straight bullying because the Chiefs still stood their ground. But you know what else happened here? The Chiefs regained their footing in the second half, and they played well enough to tie this thing. They went into overtime, and they won it in overtime on a Harrison Butker 28-yard field goal. And, well, with 4:04 to go in overtime, the game would come to a close, and the Chiefs will jump to 6-2. The Titans fall to 5-3. The Titans are just a weird football team. They honor Vrabel and everything. He was an amazing player, and he's done an amazing job as the head coach over there. But I don't know what the hell's going on. I just feel like they should have won a bowl already, man. And it's frustrating for those fans, I'm sure. I think they have one in them. I don't know when, but I just want them to win one with Vrabel. I really do. Great defensive player. I love defense. I'm just saying, the Titans are a solid football team. But as for the Chiefs, Andy Reid, man, just a guy that continues to do amazing things, with the headset on and a clipboard. This guy looks great, okay? He looks like he can coach years and years and years more. I mean, it's scary. But he's not losing any touch, man. It's incredible. He is the commander of this team. I mean, he rallies the troops. He gets them going. This is his football team. You know what? They look great. Patrick Mahomes, 43 for 68, 446 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Kelsey, 10 receptions, 106 yards. They look good. And you know what? So be it. They keep on doing their thing. I had them looking pretty good this year. And they're looking... Actually, no. I had them kind of falling to the third place. I'm an idiot. And my Raiders are looking worse and worse. I guess is what I get for saying that. Anyway, Chiefs win this one 20-17. Jump to 6-2 on the season. Titans will fall to 5-3 in overtime. It was a great game. All right, so... Next up, and by the way, I guess in case I didn't say it, I had the Rams and Buccaneers both doing pretty good at this point in the season. Wasn't to be, right? And then last night, the Ravens just kind of obliterated the Saints. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. We only got 10 minutes left in the show anyway. But really, it's just the Ravens looked way better. This game was way worse on the field. Points-wise, though, 27-13, I guess. The Ravens looked great. 6-3. They're a team they're moving. They're on a mission. I think they're going to be just fine moving forward. All those injuries last year. I talked a little crap on them this year because I was like, man, I had them at this point in the season being like the Eagles, basically. All those injuries were gone. They looked very good. Hearing that from Cale Henderson, from Scott Scholl, from a couple people that we've had on the show, some of our hosts and everything. Yeah, guys, the Ravens, without all those injuries from last year, they look really good. 3-5, I was expecting a little bit better. Maybe I hyped them up a little bit too much, listening to what people say. But at the same exact time, yeah, that was my choice. I mean, I feel like the Ravens should have been a little bit better, or should be a little bit better at this point in the season. Whatever. They're 6-3 and they're doing great. The Saints, they're 3-6. They're not doing great. They just got to figure some things out. But hey, it's what it is, right? I guess we all got to hit that point at one point in our lives. Just kidding. I think the Saints right now are just kind of moving forward, trying to figure some things out themselves. But Jackson, 12 for 22, 133 yards, 1 touchdown. We had here, Kenyon Drake, 24 for 93 yards, 2 touchdowns. How about that, man? Isaiah Likely, hopefully I didn't butcher his name, but 1 reception for 24 yards with 1 touchdown. That's crazy. I guess Jackson spread around the ball pretty good. I don't know the rest of the stats, but what I do know is that these Ravens look pretty good. And yeah, like I said, 6-3 in the season. Saints, 3-6. All right, so let's take a quick look here at the playoff picture. And just mid-season, if the playoffs were to start, though, tomorrow, this is how it would look in the AFC. The Bills would have the first overall, the first overall seed and the bye week. We'd have the 7-seed Chargers playing at the 2nd seed Chiefs. Ooh, that would be a good one, right? We'd have the 6th seed Miami Dolphins visiting the number 3 seed Baltimore Ravens. Oh, that would be good. And then we would have the 5 seed New York Jets taking on the 4 seed Tennessee Titans. That would be pretty cool, right? Then on the bubble, I told you, don't count these guys out. The New England Patriots at 5-4 right now, they're 4th place in the AFC East, and they're on the bubble. Yeah, this team, the AFC East and the NFC East. And it's funny because we thought it was going to be, or at least I thought it was going to be the AFC West and the NFC West. Wrong, no. It's the AFC East and the NFC East that are actually showing out this season. Look at where they are. All 3 AFC East teams are in right now in the playoffs. The Patriots are the only one out, but they're on the bubble. Yeah, goes to show you, right? And then after that, Bengals, Colts, Browns, Broncos, Jaguars, Raiders, Steelers, and Texans. All right, so moving forward into the NFC, how about this, man? The Eagles 8-0 once again, first time in franchise history. They would get that number 1 overall seed, and it would be much deserved. Then we would have in the playoffs the number 7 seeded San Francisco 49ers will be taking on the number 2 seeded, or they would fly their way on over to Minnesota to take on the number 2 seeded Minnesota Vikings. 7-1, well deserved. 2nd seed overall. The New York Jets, the very impressive New York Jets, would be flying on over to Seattle to take on the Seattle Seahawks. And then we would have the number 5 seeded Dallas Cowboys heading on over to Tampa Bay to take on those Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Once again, we see on the bubble. Okay, so on the bubble we have the Atlanta Falcons. But underneath them, right underneath them, we have the Washington Commanders. Once again, guys, look at this. The entire NFC East is in the playoffs. The only team that isn't there right now is the Commanders, and they're just outside the playoffs, right outside of on the bubble. I guess count the on the bubble team as the first team out. But anyway, the Washington Commanders aren't far away. I'm just saying, guys, both of the East. We thought it was going to be the West that showed up this year. No, it was the East for both the AFC and the NFC. So I'm just going to say it here. Correct. I stand corrected, right? So anyway, so on the bubble, the Atlanta Falcons, then we have the Washington Commanders, the Los Angeles Rams, the New Orleans Saints, the Green Bay Packers, the Arizona Cardinals, the Chicago Bears, the Detroit Lions, and the Carolina Panthers. So there you have it. So, all right, guys, so we're just going to move on into week number 10, give you a couple of predictions, and then that will be that. So here we go. Starting things off, man, it's going to be a good one tomorrow night, or in 2 nights away, sorry. Thursday night, Falcons at the Panthers. Falcons are favored by 3.5 points. Or 3 points. I think that's going to be pretty solid. I am taking the Falcons very heavily in this one. I think it could be even worse, but we'll see. But I'm going to go Falcons on the road. Then on to Sunday, we have our first game ever in Germany. Pretty freaking sweet. Our first NFL game in Germany as the Seattle Seahawks take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And, well, I'm going... this is a tough one for me because I want to see that Brady magic. I'm going to go Brady and the Bucs. The ESPN has them at 2.5 points here on the ESPN, courtesy of the ESPN Sports Center app. But man, this is hard for me. I am going Bucks in this game, but by a thin margin. Then we have, of course, the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Buffalo Bills. My gosh, that could be a Super Bowl matchup if things go right for both teams. But both these teams look good. They have the Bills by 6 points. I'm going to go the Bills by a thin margin as well, but man, that should be a good game. Okay. The Detroit Lions will make their way on over to see the Chicago Bears. They have Chicago Bears by 3. I think that is a perfect score. By 3. Yes, Chicago Bears win this one, but by a thin margin. I like that. We have some good games this week. Broncos taking on the Titans. Yeah, the Broncos have played okay this year, but the Titans have played better. I'm going Titans by a touchdown in this game. Next up, we have here the Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars at 3-6 will be taking on the Kansas City Chiefs at 6-2. Give me the Chiefs in this one pretty big. The Browns will come off their bye week to take on the Miami Dolphins, and I'm going to go Dolphins big in this one. The Texans will head on up to the Meadowlands, take on the New York Giants, and you can give me the Giants big in this one as well. Then we have here the New Orleans Saints taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. This game should actually be pretty close. Honestly, I think it should be pretty close. I'm gonna go Saints on the road though. Then we have the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Green Bay Packers. Give me the Cowboys on the road. Next up, my beloved Las Vegas Raiders will host the Indianapolis Colts. You know I'm taking my Raiders, but hopefully we don't fall apart in that game. Jeff Saturday will be the new guy with the headset on for that one. So there we go. The Cardinals take on the Rams. I'm going to take the Cardinals in a thin margin on this one. Next up, Sunday Night Football. Well, let's go ahead and have a little bit of fun with this one. And cue the music for these last 2 games, because we are out of here. Alright, you guys. Sunday Night Football. The Los Angeles Chargers will be taking on those San Francisco 49ers. The Bosa brothers going head-to-head. I hope they're both healthy to play in this game against each other. They're both 3-6. Well, they're not. 5-3. I'm sorry, I was looking at the Cardinals and Rams. Chargers at 5-3. Niners at 4-4. They have the Niners by 7 points. To me, this is desperation at the moment for both teams, but the Chargers, I guess, feel are a little bit better. And if they can go win this game on the road versus the Falcons team, that looked pretty okay. Give me the Chargers in a thin margin here. Then we have Monday Night Football. Commanders taking on the Eagles. I wish I could be more enthusiastic about this game, but just like the rest of the teams that the Eagles have played this year, I'm gonna just say the Eagles are going to add to their undefeated list this season. Give me the Eagles in this one. It's going to be a close one because it's a divisional battle, right? They always are. Hopefully it's a good one. We shall see. I mean, not always, but we shall see. But anyway, give me the Eagles in this one, and that will do it for this week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, man, this has been a fun show. Non-stop football for about 50 minutes, and we're about to close it down here. So, with that said, you guys, Thank you to everybody who tunes in each and every week to all of our shows here at IA Sports Radio. We could not appreciate you more for lending us your ears and just listening to us flap our gums about the sports we love. Because you guys out there matter. You love your sports. We love our sports too. Hey, let's get together and talk about them, right? That's what it's all about. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for today's show. You can follow us on social media at IE Sports Radio. Check us out at iesportsradio.com. And, of course, you can give us a follow for 3 and Out at 3 and Out IESR on Twitter. Give me a follow at the THEE_LB53. And just show us some love, y'all. Give us a follow, check out our shows, and we couldn't appreciate you more, y'all. So that is going to do it for today's show. Thank you so much for being a part of it. And, well, that is going to be that. Once again, thank you to all of our Patreons out there. This is Pearson Bay Area Apparel, Mr. Marcus Lowe's Great and Anonymous. We appreciate you all so very much, and thank you for helping us out and showing love. Thank you to everybody who tunes in once again every single week. Thank you to my entire crew, our beautiful crew here at IA Sports Radio. Stay tuned, y'all. Lots of more great shows to come, and we will see y'all next week. Until then, y'all, all glory to God, to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. For without Him, nothing is possible. Big ups to all you fans out there, you true diehards that tune in every single week and show us some love. For without you, IA Sports Radio was not possible. And of course, big ups to all of those teams and diehards out there who support them. We will see y'all next week. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.